guys, it's Daniel Seedorf at East West Farm, coming to you from the frozen Alabama tundra. Just out doing some animal welfare checks because we woke up this morning and it was, I believe it was 8 degrees. Might have been colder than that. But anyways, so cold that the milking machine froze while I was milking. I mean, I was in between cows, and by the time I got to the third cow, the pulsator had frozen and stopped working. So I had to dip some rags in the hot water that we use to wash the udder and teats with, and then lay those hot rags on the pulsator so it would thaw out and get back to work. Anyway, so over here checking on the bulls, making sure they've got plenty of water that's not frozen. Matter of fact, they have slurped it down. We're gonna have to bring some more out to them. It does us almost no good to even try to use water hoses that we've drained, because it doesn't take long for them to freeze. The cows have chosen to be outside. We give them the freedom to choose between being indoors or outside, and frankly it's probably a little bit warmer for them to be out in the sun, because our barn, I think you might notice it's a little drafty. And so the best, if the wind is coming from the north or the west, it doesn't give them much protection. But we do have our one and only calf at the time in the barn. But she's in an interior area that has more protection from the wind, and folks up north, it's prudent for them to invest in things like calf blankets, and even blankets for their cows. I know I would if waking up to 8 degrees 8 degree temperatures was a common thing. But it did not get like this last year, and frankly I can't remember it being this cold in quite some time. But anyway, so we've not, if we bought something like that, bought blankets for cows, which frankly in my mind is kind of silly, but these are dairy cows. We are looking for daily production from them. We can't just take care of them just well enough to get through to the spring, where we can make up for any loss in body condition, like you can with beef cows. But with these dairy cows, they do require a little bit of pampering. So anyways, but the best we can do for them is to just have constant free choice access to hay, keep their water from freezing. So the milk cows are the only ones that we actually have a tank heater in. For the bulls, the chickens, and the calf, we just carry some water from the house for them. If you see them there, the cows, they're all out there basking in the sunlight. Can you see them? Ah, shoot. Let's go. We'll go visit with them. So they're actually seem to be handling today a little bit better than they were the other day when it dropped down into the teens. But the thing is, the temperatures went from the day before, it was up in the 40s, maybe even close to 50, and then the next day got down into the teens, and we had some shivering cows. So we did grab some blankets out of the house and just throw them on them and try to keep them warm. Nobody's shivering today, thank goodness. So they're just standing out here in the sun, soaking up what solar energy they can. So, but they've been out here. This is the garden area. We feed hay over here. Wintertime, we take the cows completely off the pasture to give the pasture 100% rest. And then we feed hay in the garden so that we can build up organic matter and fertility. And so they've been out there nibbling on the remnants of a round bale. Good grief, it's cold. My cheeks are going numb, and so are my lips. Someone shared with me a video on Facebook of taking a water bottle, filling it with a brine, salt water, and putting that water bottle into an animal's water bucket, and it's supposed to keep it from freezing. Well, the lady who originally posted it, she said that it was 17 degrees, and in her video, her bucket had liquid water in it. But I'm going to show you, we did that this morning. We took the chicken's water, poured hot water in there, and then put a water bottle with the salt water in it, and take a look. That's frozen. Now the bottle itself is not frozen, okay, but it is icing over. So I'm afraid that little trick, I don't know, maybe I mean, I'm trying to maybe if we, because I think my boy, my 12-year-old, when he put he poured the hot water in here, and there was a layer of ice in there, and I think it stayed, that layer of ice stayed in there. Maybe you have to start off with just completely unfrozen, water, no ice in it. But honestly, I don't really think that it's really working like it did for the lady who originally made the video. If you go on our Facebook page, I posted it there. You can see it. Here's the one thing that is foolproof so far and has worked every time, and that is this. All right, that's a heater. It's a floating heater that goes in a water trough. You got to use a metal trough, because I have seen from personal experience what happens when you have a floating heater in a plastic trough. As the water level drops, the heating element can touch the side of the trough because it slopes inward, and then it will start to melt, and it can melt right through it, and then you just greatly diminished the capacity of a $100 water trough. Here's one of our plastic troughs right here. One of the kids broke up the ice this morning, and it's already frozen back together. The cows seem, for some reason, like the metal troughs a whole lot. I mean, the plastic troughs more than the metal trough, but they figured out that if they want any water to drink, they had better get used to the metal trough. Oh, on another note, one of the challenges with the chickens. So the chickens need calories, obviously, just like any other animal. If we want any eggs out of them, we have to provide them with top-notch calories. So we feed them organic feed from Countryside Organics. I mean, it's New Country. It's not Countryside anymore. It's New Country. I still want to say that. But since there's nothing for them to forage for, we supplement their dry feed by soaking it in skim milk that we allow to clabber. You know, basically it's like it's what people used to eat for yogurt. I mean, you just take raw milk and set it out on the counter, and it will, you know, culture on its own, and basically make a very rudimentary yogurt. So we soak their feed in that, along with some whey from making cheese and yogurt. And well, it didn't take long, and that has frozen. So now we've got it inside. We're warming it up and getting ready to take it back out to them. So anyways, well, that's life. Y'all stay warm. Keep your don't just keep your farmers in your thoughts and prayers. Remember your firefighters, your police officers, EMTs who are out there to help those in need. And then, you know, the emergency rooms are going to stay staffed with doctors, nurses, and medical techs, ready to help those who need it. So all those folks had to either brave the road conditions to get to work, or in a lot of cases they stay the night before away from their families so that they can be sure to be there to help those who need it. That's something that I have done in the that I do typically, is if I know that the following day is my shift, and it's going to be some rough weather, and the roads could be impassable, then I'll go in the day before so that I can make sure that I get there and I am there for my shift. However, I don't know about this time around, because we're not going to get anywhere close to above freezing. And we have some very curvy and mountainous roads between the farm and the fire station. So anywho, all that aside, y'all stay warm, stay safe, and eat good. All right, well, if you're still with us, it must mean you enjoyed this video. So if you did, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we look forward to seeing you again.